How
What's
you
up, Tom?
doing? Emmeline, how are you, mate?
I'm doing good.
Oh,
I wish
oh,
I was in Australia, but that's okay. I'll get over it.
how embarrassing. It appears you've got a hickey. Oh, no. Is that a
Shame
tattoo
free.
or a decoration?
It's a decoration, and I love that you use that word because that's kind of what I use. I'm like, it's my accessory, you
So,
know?
you're in LA at the moment, is that right?
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Now, I wanted to open with a bit of a weird one because I understand you're from Rhode Island, and my knowledge of Rhode Island is entirely contained to the documentary Family Guy. It's not a
Yep.
documentary, but what?
It pretty much is, though. It's accurate.
So, what can you tell me about Rhode Island? Is it is it big? Is it small? Is it silly? Is it fun? What? How would you describe it?
It's so small, you like have to squint to see it on a map. Like you won't believe me. I'm like, this is a
Yeah,
state, but it's so small. Which makes I think the culture really strong because it's so small. But yeah, I mean, you get kind of like it's a melting pot of humans. I mean, I think that there's a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life, and everyone is so proud to live there, and everyone who's from there loves it so much. It's a very like uplifting place, honestly. And I grew up around, luckily, a lot of artists, and also like you get the city, but you get city. I say city, and I mean there are three buildings, two of which are like not even occupied, but it is the skyline of Family Guy. But
yeah.
we also, we eat our like clams and lobster rolls too. So
Nice.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you get some. I don't know exactly where you are, but I'm sure you get some good lobster rolls.
Oh yeah, look, I'm in Brisbane. We're on the coast. Seafood is an Australian tradition, so all is good.
Love it.
So mate, Elton John recently gave you a shout out. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna die happy now.
How did this come about? Did you get tipped off that he was going to play it, or were you just a big listener?
Yeah, his team reached out to my team, and they were like, "Oh, Elton loves her song Porn Star. He can't stop listening to it." He had actually played one of my songs on his radio show in 2021, but I didn't know if it was like a one-off, you know. And
Mm.
then he played two of mine recently, and yeah, he the way he described me too, like I feel like he was like, "Oh, like she's a weirdo. Like I love weirdos." And he's like the ultimate cool weirdo. So to hear that from him, I was like, cool, I never have to second guess myself again, ever.
Oh, being called a weirdo as a positive from Elton John is just from a guy who rocked up to his, I believe it was his 50th birthday party on the back of a truck because his outfit was so big. I believe that was him.
My icon. That's the dream, honestly.
Yeah. Now, mate, the video for the track. Um, oh my God, I just blanked on the name of the title. Please help me.
Emotional virgin.
Thank you very much. For the video itself, the outfit was interesting with the black handprints. What was the idea with that?
It's kind of a an innuendo, kind of like a staple for me. I've been doing like the gloves for kind of this entire rollout. I've been making dresses and outfits, like using my own gloves. I love gloves. I think a lot of, my project, especially the symbolism of the kiss to me, not a tattoo, yeah.
Hmm.
But it's very much like a rejection of shame and like stepping into my sexuality this entire album. So
Hmm.
especially having them be like women's gloves and women's lipstick. I was exploring my sexuality when I was writing this album, and yeah, I loved just like having no shame and wearing it, especially because I dress a little bit more feminine. I wanted to like be able to wear that queerness on my body. And yeah, I mean, I also think it's like the lyrics in this song are like, wow, I'm being touched for the first time emotionally. None of this album is about sex. I just use innuendos. Like Porn Star is
Hmm.
not about sex. Emotional Virgin is, it's all about like my heart. And I like using those symbols, but I think it's fun to have those layers for people to
Yeah,
dissect.
and I love So today, while I was walking my big, beautiful golden retriever around my neighborhood, I was listening to pretty much you know how Spotify does those this is things and
Oh
knocked
yeah.
out about 10, 15 tracks of yours and some A plus wordplay. I am loving one of them that got me was I'm paraphrasing, but it was something about being 5 foot tall in a grave that's 6 foot deep. And there was one other
Mm.
that's really annoying me that I can't now think of it. But I'm you're clearly you've got a real knack for just really intelligent puns, particularly nice, naughty, sexy ones. Looking over the stuff that you've written recently, what are some of your favorite lines that you've written? When you were just writing it out and you just went, "Oh, I like that."
Honestly, my song Porn Star, I feel like at face value, I don't know if like everyone really like hears how clever it is, but I mean that lyric, like I got fucked over. So I don't know if I'm allowed to curse here, but
You
hopefully I
as
am.
much as you fucking want
Because
it.
like all my lyrics are, I like to say that the E on the next to the track for explicit is for Emeline because I've never dropped a track without an E. Um, but yeah, so basically that hook is like maybe like it's kind of about the way that I am perceived to a person. As a girl, I felt more like someone was looking at a doll or a magazine than a human being, and that's kind of the sad reality that a lot of women have felt. And but in that chorus, I'm like, well, like you basically, it's dark. Like the song sounds like fun and funny. I'm like, oh, it's dark when I talk about it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the
hey,
pre-chorus.
it's a catchy song that's actually the most depressing song
They're
in
like,
existence.
I love when everyone's like listening to it and then they start listening to it and they're like,
It's like,
oh,
oh shit.
oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, no, the pre-chorus is every time you look at me, I feel just like a magazine. I'm not here. I'm just a doll here. You love to see me fall apart, turned on by my broken heart. Well, if that's what gets you off, maybe I'm a porn star out here getting fucked. When I
Mm,
get messy, you just eat it up. Yeah, I know you're watching. You can't get enough. Moaning. Maybe
mm.
I'm a porn star down here on my knees, choking on the drama, biggest that you've seen, dick joke, giving you that pleasure every time I scream.
Yeah.
So, it's all a funny sex song, but at the same time, it was
Mm,
really about how I felt like there was this person who liked me low and liked me small, and I literally, I mean, I say it in the song, I feel like he like got off on my trauma, and so I was like, well damn, like you like me low, this is like maybe I'm a porn star if I'm getting fucked like this, like,
mm.
so none of it's about sex at all, but it's a fun way to articulate also a really dark feeling.
Yeah, yeah. She is obviously a different genre and quite a bit heavier, but are you familiar with someone called Scene Queen at all?
Yeah, I am really
She,
cool.
she is one of my favorite people. I've got to interview her before, and she is coming back down to Australia. And yeah, the way obviously she takes your level of innuendo, she pushes it about so
Oh
she'll
yeah.
make a headbanging song literally called about fingering.
Oh yeah.
You would be
So sick.
awesome
We should
collaborating.
collab. We should totally write together. That'd be awesome. I mean,
Yes.
it's like I love the clever. I mean, I think like, I think it's cool that you can listen to my music and be like, "Oh, I can tell that like you wrote on these." I think that's so awesome that I've been able to like make
Well,
that, and
that
that
was
for
it.
her too. Like that's true artistry. That's awesome.
And it was interesting because obviously we primarily focus on heavier stuff. So a lot of people that you would call, straight ahead pop stars, we don't do terribly many. And so when I was listening to these lyrics and thinking, wow, that's clever, I was like, hang on, I need to make sure that she's the actual songwriter because this is pop. So I'm glad, but I could tell that the theme going through it, I'm like, nah, she wrote this is one woman's. This isn't a team of songwriters. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be really strong, especially, I was at a label that was putting me in a room with a different producer every single day. So I had to be co-producing, I had to be executive producing because my sound would be all over the fucking place if I was like sitting back and like letting other people take the wheel. And now for this album was my first time I ever like really properly focused in with one other person and a very small team of writers and like built a world. So it is kind of miraculous I was able to like create a thing while going through the ringer of writing with a million people. I mean, it's not sustainable.
Mm.
And it's also not how people break through. I mean, I think you see like a small devoted team, like the Billie Eilish, she has her Phineas. Like, so for me, now I've been able to do that. And I think that like, now that I have been able to even talk through my layers as a human being with those co-writers and those co-producers and let them see me as let them see me as all the layers of human that I am and all the emotions that I have. I've been very strong in all of the songs that are out, and I'm ready to be a little bit more vulnerable now. Especially, I was only able to do that now that I could work with a small team and feel safe enough to.
Yeah. So is this coming, the album that's coming out, so is this your first full length?
Yes.
Yes.
First
So how long
album
have you been
ever.
working on this bad boy?
Um, Pretty much like 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I like working on multiple projects at the same time. As I am putting this album out, I'm working on my next album. I feel like I'm living a double life artistically all the time. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely knew like that this was the sonics that I wanted to dive into, but it wasn't necessarily what my label saw for me. And so I kind of was making it in secret. I didn't really care if they didn't like it. The thing that was painful was being told I couldn't release it. But I just didn't stop writing. And by the time that I got dropped not that long ago, I was like, great, I have my rollout for the next 2 years. Like, I'm good.
Mm.
I didn't stop, so and I'm so grateful for the loyalty and the patience of the team of artists and writers around me, because they're in it as much as not maybe not as much as I am, but their hearts are in it for sure,
Yeah.
and they feel it as much as I do.
So you got dropped by one. Did you get picked up by another, or are you doing this independently?
I'm solo. I am
Hey.
a single girl. No, I am working with a distributor called United Masters, but yeah, I'm picking my songs and I'm picking my direction, and it's absolutely so liberating. I'm like
Yeah.
coming back to myself.
You could have all of your songs laid out and thinking, wow, it's like I'm getting to choose my fighter. Oh, segue, segue, segue,
Hey, name drop.
segue. Thank you.
We're waiting for that one.
Obviously, this was a big thing, and I've had to, dig down as deeply as I could kind of fairly quickly. So, okay, this is a thing, and there's two songs, and obviously there's JoJo and lovely things. So,
So
in
yeah,
all of this, have you spoken to her at all? Has there
I
been
have
any?
not. I We have only had our teams communicate.
Isn't that weird? You know what I
It is
mean?
weird because we're also obviously like know who each other are. But we communicated like through our teams, and she knew I was like dropping my version. So like she even posted like a video to it. So her support on it was amazing because that was an incredibly heavy experience for me
Mm,
to go through. But yeah, it was one of those things, honestly, where the song, because my label wasn't putting it out, it was just one of those things where it got sent around, even though, it was my song, it was written for me. But it was really cathartic to be able to make my version.
mm.
Um, and super emotional, but I'm happy that it's out.
Yeah.
Now you get two versions.
Yeah, and bless you, I've seen just how wonderfully diplomatic you were, and I'm like, oh, that's not.
I mean, I like, this wasn't her fault at all. So, I didn't ever want to like tear someone down. I mean, like the entire internet attacks that girl.
Mm.
I was like,
Oh,
I don't, I just want to put out my song.
yeah, it's so weird because as an Australian, she wasn't really a thing down here.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
was just I would see occasionally, photos of her as a kid with these huge bows. The show that she came from, she was just not part of my world. So in looking this up, and I looked through the comments on one of her tracks, and I'm like, Oh my gosh, she cops it all the time.
It's like all my name in her comments.
Oh, girl.
That was a crazy, that's like some crazy lore now. I'm like, that's a ridiculous experience to have that was like an absolute heartbreak, but
Mm.
also objectively one of the funniest things that's ever happened. Like to explain this to like my grandma, I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, never mind some idiot from Australia. Yeah, having to be like, yeah, mum, there's a bunch of people angry online. You're gonna want to sit down.
It's probably a brain detox. I'm like, I don't need to know. Like, we don't need to have, we weren't meant to learn all of these people and see all these things all the time as human beings. I want to
Yeah,
be picking berries in a field. That's what I was meant
thank you.
for. I just
I'm
happen to be an artist, and so I have to post on social media.
Yeah, it's amazing. People the when I went to I quit drinking about 7 years ago. One of the things in rehab that really stuck with me was that 100 years ago, someone you knew your town and maybe two towns over. Now,
Yeah,
100 years later, you are expected to know care about Gaza, Donald Trump, da da da, the world's ending, da da da. Just doom scrolling. Like
yeah.
your
You
brain
wouldn't
is not
know.
designed for this.
What a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so beautiful that knowledge can spread, and it's also so heavy because, you know, you're numb to tragedies every single day when you open your phone. It's like a funny video, a bomb explosion. It's
Yeah.
really an emotional roller coaster, and I think especially for like people from the US, you look at your phone and see that there's a shooting daily in some state, and it's
Ah,
so insane. But I also think that, like, in another way, even though it feels like things are getting worse, I do think that the word gets out more. And so there is just this like power. It's such a tool, and there's this power to the voices of the people. Like especially when systems are now so corrupt in the news, the fact that we can see someone on their phone in Gaza, someone is speaking in
mm,
the camera, we could never have that before. So it is this really cool way of spreading truth, and it's such a powerful tool. And even like the art, if you think about art back in the day, or back in the day, I mean even like 10, 15 years
yeah.
ago, you couldn't do it without a label. Now here I am feeling like I'm doing the best I've ever done, and I have my power because I can do it by myself, and it's such a feeling of hope at the same time as it is a feeling of heaviness.
Yeah. Uh, this has been a really, really nice chat. I love the track, and you just seem to be a wonderfully confident, smart, put together person. I love what you're doing, and yeah, man, enjoy it. And I hope good things happen to you because you're nice. So,
You too, Tom. Thanks.
no worries, mate. Have a
Talk
wonderful
to you
day.
later. Hope you like the album. Talk
Thanks, mate. Can't wait.
to
See
you
ya.
later.